It's 8 o'clock in the morning on top of a windy hill in the Quantocks in Somerset, and we're at Lydiard Farm for the Duke of Westminster Award Cadet Selection Day. Lydiard Farm is set in a beautiful part of Somerset in the Quantocks. It's many acres of rolling fields with different vegetation. A very undulating landscape with ponds used as swamps for the command tasks, and nestled on the hillside is Bush Camp, which is the home for 2 days for the cadets. It's a wooden construction with no electricity, a large Aga in the corner for cooking on, an open fire which smells superb as the sweet smell of the smoke wafts around the room. There's no electricity in Bush Camp, so all the lighting comes from kerosene lamps and from candles. And about 200 metres from there is a range of brand new tents where the cadets spent last night, and although the temperature did drop slightly, they all seem in immensely good cheer this morning.
It's about 20 minutes per task, but if you're quicker completing the task, that's fine. We'll move on and get back here quicker for a brew. That can work like that, okay? But each one of you will have a go at being in command of that task. At the beginning, that appointed person will be taken to one side and they will be briefed on how that particular task works, what they've got to do. The rest of the group won't hear, and then they can come back to the group, brief the group and run it through.
And we have to get from one side, just from here, to the number one, over to the other side. So our mission is to get all 7 of us, plus the 3 planks and the 4 crates that we've got, from this side to the other side of the pond without anyone falling in, and we also we have to take all the equipment with us, and we don't have to come back, just get to that side. Yeah.
My name's Charlotte Robinson and I'm from Hereford. If I were to win, it would just... Well, there were so many people here that seem to have done so much, in so little time. And if I were to win, it would be such a sense of achievement again, and it's such a challenge, and to actually get something out at the end would just be incredible. It would mean a hell of a lot to me.
Stuart McClellan, and I'm from Neilson in Glasgow. I would like to join the police force. I think it would help me get into the police force because with all these cutbacks and the unemployment, it would put me to the top of the tree, I reckon, if I had the Duke of Westminster Award behind me. Also for other career opportunities, it would benefit.
3 hours in, you've done all your command tasks. We're now walking down the hill to go and get lunch at, believe it or not, 11 o'clock in the morning. How are you feeling?
I brought my watch. It's so much fun.
The sun's just started to come out, and I'm on my way down to Lydiard Farm to meet Mike Goodfellow, who's leading one of the other sessions that the cadets have to do as part of their 3 tasks on this selection day. Mike, tell me what this session is about as part of the assessment day.
This session is about seeing how well they can communicate between themselves and to and from us, and whether they can express their views and what sort of views they've got, whether they have any views in depth or whether they study the news and media that's going on round about, whether they're up to date.
What specific things might you be looking for in your appraisal of the performance of the cadets?
Motivation, depth of understanding, awareness, interpersonal skills, ability to relate with other people.
This is very different from the command tasks outside, which are very roughy-tufty. How does it fit in sort of building the picture?
It does link in, because in the command tasks you're looking for people who can relate to others, get others to do what they want to do, get others to accept their ideas, to get others to alter the ideas that they've got that may not be working. So it does all link in with awareness and motivation and interpersonal skills.
David, tell me what the conundrum task is all about.
The main essence of the conundrum task is to help to prepare the cadets for the writing that they're going to have to be doing for the ILM Level 3 in leadership, and drawing out their ideas about leadership experiences that they've had in the past, looking a little bit about the theories that go behind that in terms of leadership models and that kind of thing, and attempting to draw out their ideas that they've got about leadership, which I have to say are pretty good.
Tell me a little bit more about the sort of things that they do in what's called the conundrum section.
There's an element of teaching. I got some practical activities in terms of role-playing and interviewing so that they can explore their own ideas about leadership. And there's a little bit of teaching input as well.
What are you specifically looking for in the cadets in terms of appraising them on their performance?
The appraisal that I'm taking part in as far as the Duke of Westminster Award goes is on their ability as team players, so to speak, how well they fit into a team. And that's been running throughout the whole event, even at breakfast time this morning. Little though they realised it, I think. But the focus very much for me this morning, though, is to make sure that tomorrow when they sit down to write their reflective reports for the ILM, that they get it right, because we want them to get through.
Well, we're now just walking down off the hill back to bush camp. There's a lot of expectation on the faces of the cadets, as the prize is a very good one, that trip to South Africa. And now we're heading back towards bush camp for supper and a well-earned rest.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm from Cumbria. I'm a cadet class. I live in Whitehaven. To win the Duke of Westminster Award, I'd love it because in Cumbria we don't have many role models, we don't have many senior cadets, and to help me show the cadets what cadets can give you, what qualifications you can get out of cadets, and I just feel like I'd be somebody you could look up to, and not many people in my family have achieved much, so I'd be able to say, look what I've achieved.